Hi, and welcome to this video. It's just a quick update to the last two. So this is the one after sorting out the other machines, so they've all been sorted out now. I've just got to test each one now to make sure that they're working correctly after all the cleaning and exchange. So this is a very quick one just to do this, and then hopefully I think about tomorrow I'll be able to do some things with a few of them to show what I'm doing with them. But yeah. So I'm going to test these ones. That still works. Okay, so at the moment the machines are hooked up to my... This is a test monitor I use for a lot of machines, and this one is the first machine. Let me do this camera up again. So the first machine is the oldest machine I have, which is the Windows 98 machine, the IBM one. Like I say, it's just a general machine. So what I did with this one is I took the spare drive out, it's still got the primary drive in it. I've changed the graphics array to a more higher one, and I took out the TV card and replaced it with a USB connector. So that's what I've done with this one. Everything else is just general, but I just need to make sure that it's still operating. So that's all hooked up to this one. On the front of here. There's a bit. Okay, this thing gave me a... It's giving me a warning beep of beep to beep. And now the machine is asking to do something. Okay. And now I can hear clicking. Which is like a sign. Let's try again. Okay, I have to look at the error code to give me one long beep and two short beeps, which is the pause error. So I just need to find that out. Okay, let's have a look. Okay. I don't know. Better read the think it's saying something about the video graphics array of this machine. Let's find out what's causing that. Okay, so take that off here. It's going to be tricky because I've got to get the little clip out the bottom. I've got to try and put the original one in that we had in it, because I know this one works. It's the Radeon 764. This should work. Which is one I've had into 4 before switching, so hopefully this one works. It's a bit difficult to get into. Nope. It's got a fiddly little link. Okay. So these have weird little latches on board. I think that's it. It only goes in one way, so I can't remember which way that goes in. Okay. Let's put this one in. Oops. Oh, that's the other side of the room. I get that out when I've checked it. Okay, we did it. Okay, video's working this time. And let's have a look. It's saying, let's pick the hard drive, optical drive. Okay. Okay, we're clicking. I'm going to check what this clicking noise is. Let's have a look now. So I did click, I can hear on the front. So I've got to take my headset off. looks like this hard drive's just had it. So I can hear clicking on the front, so it looks like I have to change the hard drive. Let's check that if I change the hard drive. Just disconnect the hard drives from the machine just to check. Hard drive disconnected. So this is a Pentium 4 1.6. Well, it's going to bring up a no operating system found. And the clicking stops, so it looks like the hard drive is gone. Well, it's clicking, so it's failing. So this requires another hard drive, which I've got a spare around somewhere. So I'll have to hook one up to it. This will just keep doing this until you actually put boot disk in. So yeah, that would be another side project to do, get this working again. Which is actually handy, it's done that. Pretty bad because it's not on the drive anyways, because it allows me then to do a clean installation of 98, so that's another project to do with this. So yeah, well, the machine is working, so that's one thing I need to check. So yeah, and that GPU may be dead, but I have to test it again. But yeah, so I've got a couple hard drives. Two 80 gigs hard drives. I think one of these was the actual slave drive for this machine, and I think it just had data on it, so I've got to double check. Pull them off and then use one of these drives, and the other drive came out of the Dell, which has its OS, so one of these will do the job for this, get it going again. But I can show that also with the test machine, how to look up drive information. And the floppy drive is working, it's trying to seek, so that's good. So yeah, so this is another project I need to do, is to get this thing working again. But at least it's powered up, so that's good. But yeah, like I say, there's the port button there. So this has got a Pentium 4. It's got 126 megabytes of memory, nothing 98. And this uses a Phoenix BIOS. But yeah, that works with this keyboard. Yeah, this is the general BIOS for this. Let's see, manufactured. Oh, here's a manufactured. The BIOS date is 2004. Yeah, the data clock's out because this thing hasn't been used a while. It's like the general one for the general ones MFC. So I have to grab this later date to show this more data, but yeah, that's the onboard one I've disabled. So this has all got the same configuration settings, but yeah. So this one I need to be wiped in. Go through the hard drives on this and then get a good. I think the spare one works. I think this one, like I said, this one I've been using it for years and years, and I think it's when I maybe moved it, sort of decided that's enough. So that one will be another project to do with this. Get it working again and get 98 working in it. I just had to go find the discs for it, but yeah, that'd be a good project to do with that. And also show you how to install a 98 machine, because some people still use them. It's difficult to emulate 98. So yeah, so that's that machine. And that was a problem. You can do that. Get all that working. So that's a good one to check. Just put the cover off for now, so it's all together, but that's a good one to look through. Install. Like I say, I was going to do this anyways, but looks like I have to. Like I say, I don't need a big drive on this because I don't have many games DOS now on the DOS emulator, so that's what that's for. Okay, next one to do is the Dell. I'm going up in order because I know what one's what. So this is the Dell. Which you can't do much of it because, like I said before, this has got the stupid board, no GBA improvement or anything else. You've got what you've got. And the funny thing is, the other thing is so I'll do that later. So put the monitor on this. It's on board. I'll put the audio in to test the audio. And power. Okay. Oh, this one's a lot more quieter than the other one. Yeah, it's booting it straight away. That's the latest BIOS on this. I can't get any more. Power, hard drive validity. I want to go to number 2. That works still. Let's see now. Took a while to boot. Same thing. There's no need to have it. Oh, no, unknown device. Okay, this. Wow, that's something. Unknown device. So it looks like hard drive number 2. I might put the jumper in wrong. It says here CD-ROM's there. Unknown device on that. So far, I'm not having any good luck at the moment. 2 machines to 2 hard drives. So the other one is a dying hard drive. That's why it's freezing on the boot up. And this one, there's no unknown. Oh boy, it's two so far. But this is what happens sometimes when you take machines apart. You put them back together and you find out you've done something wrong. Or you picked a dying hard drive. And this one's a bit fiddly to get in and out, so dear, here we go again. So let's see what. Make sure it works. Which one was it? I think it's the Western Digital. I want to find out. Check its drive setting. Oh, okay. That's the spare one from the other machine. Extra drive. Let's see. Right, let's wobble in there for now. This is the one I took out. Everything clear. Yep, that's the original I pulled in. Yep, that's now the next P. That's what came with this system. And this drive's noisy, even with the case on this. The audio works fine, so that's fine. Like I say, this thing's only got 2 gigs of RAM, so it takes a bit longer. this thing is trying to look for drives because, remember rightly, this optical drive was in here before, and the USB keyboard and mouse might have moved, so it's having a bit of a wait. There we go. Yeah, it's detected new hardware, yeah, because I moved these are different mice like keyboards on the last. Dear, it's been a while since I've used an actual. Oh boy, this is a long time since I used an XP machine. Still remember if I think yes, let's have a look here. So this one is a let's check on stream, that's all. Let's see, this is a yep, it's a Pentium 4, 2.8 gigahertz. There's two here because it's a hyper-thread. 1.9 gigabytes of RAM. The GPU only uses 4 gigs of RAM on the GPU. So you can't do much with this. If they put the GPU slot on it, you'll be able to do more, but no, they didn't do it cheap as anything, so yeah. So, let's see now, this has got all the standard stuff. Yep, so everything's working fine on this. So this one's working okay. Done a bit so it doesn't make no noise. Yep, so this one's okay with the drive that I pulled out, but I wanted to get the disk drive working, so I might put the jumper wrong on this. So I'll try and sort that out now, so it's ready, because like I say, I'm going to do something with this machine. Well, that's better, yeah. Okay, that machine works fine, but I can see what I've done with this hard drive, so that's the original for this one. Well, I could use this existing hard drive, there's nothing on it, but it's a hassle to reinstall it again, so it just makes it easier. If not, I can still use the drive, but yeah, but it was the disk towards here. This came out of the IBM, and this is, I think it was a storage drive, so I've got to check that first before changing it. I think this one still works, but I've got to probably change the jumpers. If not, I think I still may have another start drive somewhere. So at the moment I'll take this cage out. This machine works fine, but she needs a new key. It needs to change the drive. So it comes from in here. So what I've done here. This is Western Digital. Alright, so it's set to the middle, which is master with slave present. Okay. What I do, I'm going to take the jumper off completely. With no jumper, it says single or master, so that should fix that problem. Because sometimes with some drives, you will take the drive off completely. I think the one I had it on was if you had a master with slave, but that's not on here. So that might fix that problem. If not, I'm going to try and find another hard drive. Or use the one that I didn't want to wipe, but anyway, I'll be doing it. There's no way I'm actually passing over this lot, sorry language, but this Dell has not much use to it. Also, with the Dell, I'm doing a few experiment with two together, but also I want to also show what operating system you can still run on this. That's today's date, because there's a few Linux systems or stuff you can still run on this type of hardware and still do general stuff. So there's a few things we can try with this one, because also it's a 32-bit system. So this thing has a few things on its track store. This on. So put this one on so the cable's away from it. Put that back on. Okay. Plug this back in. Right, this LED does have two lights. That's what amber is standby, green is there. Oh, well, here we go. Oh, I think this was the driver used before the 80 gig, and this is it's running. I think it's got Ubuntu on it. Oh, that's something. Oh yeah, I had this drive in it before, and I switched it to the 18 to XP on. So this one's still got the oh, it's actually got Ubuntu on it. Not even Ubuntu 17.4. But I switched from the Ubuntu to Ubuntu for these type of machines because they're a lot of lightweight resources. But now I use Mint because that's a lot better on the easy setup. That's what I'm going to try and fit on this. But yeah. Oh no, it's actually the Ubuntu. It's been a while since I've done it, so yeah. And also customize the grub to do that sort of thing. Yeah. Bear with me, I'm looking at this backwards so I can't see what I'm doing. So I'll create a system manager. I think it's that one. Here we go, here. So, yep, Pentium 4, 2.8 gigs. Memory is 2 gigs, it's using 161 for the graphics array. The Ubuntu 17.4, I think it's up to 18 or 19 now. Uses a Intel ICH4, yeah, that's right. Oh, 2017. Yeah, so this one's got the general thing. Yeah. So that's working fine. Literally being is upside down. Really fiddly. Okay, so that one works. Just basically create jumper set. Basically, if I put it on slave, I said master with slave, so that would mean that you would have two pairs on the same connector that it would detect, but because it was doing that, and it's seeing the to drive on the other one. I don't know, it didn't like it. There you go. That's the more simple one, and that one's ready for testing. So that's an easy one to fix just by changing the jumper. But like I say, so that's that one. One more machine to test. I've got to make sure this one works because it's my test bench. That's going to be fun. So take the power out. That. These again. So that works. That's ready for doing some odd things. Perfect. And what I did with that there was change the drive and put the optical drive back in, that's it. But rather than that, nothing else went with that one. So that's do this one, this is my test. So this machine I use everything from testing all operating systems because it's got good resources still, so you can do a lot of general stuff still. Also, it has a dedicated GPU, so it's 128 megabytes. Okay, for some OSs still. And this can run a lot of OSs fine with no problem, so it's good for general stuff still. It's got a 250 gig solid state drive, 250 gig SATA drive in it. And like I said before, this machine's got both an AD controller and a SATA controller, so you can put both types of drives in it, and this one I normally use to access hard drives, copying stuff, blanking stuff, testing, and then general stuff. So this is generally for that type of job. And like I said, also this is good for testing a lot of operating systems that the others are capable, because this is also a 64-bit OS, 4 gigs of RAM. So it's very good for my second testing, and I don't need to worry about what happens with this. You can just wipe it and start again. So that's why I have that. So just checking a few things. That's still going fine. So that's just this one. And the other thing also, I fitted just USBs on the front to make it more easy access, because everything's on the back, and when I try to do stuff I want to see it accessible on the front because it indicates on the front, so it makes it easier. But yeah, the board does that, it's an old board. Let's see, CPU fan, everything else, that's fine. Oh well, mind you, I'll see it there. Several, okay. Booted. Okay, that's right, that's before. So this is the test one. So it has, at present it's dual booted. So this machine has dual booted with Windows 10 and Ubuntu. The Windows 10 on there is the 15. It's the previous build before the one in this summer. So yeah, and Ubuntu is the same thing. It's 1810. I can't remember, but yeah. So these are what's on here. So I think I disable the splash screen to have this on so I can see what it's doing. Yeah, 1710 is the next one up. This is all still working fine, so that's a good sign. Didn't do much with this one. And it did boot quicker than the actual Dell, but because it's a dual core. It's a dual core, 4 gigs of RAM, and a better GPU, and a faster drive. So yes, it boots quickly. So okay, that's the Ubuntu. I'm not hooked this up to the network yet, but let's see, system tools, system benchmark. So let's see. This is a AMD Athlon 64X2 dual core processor, 4200. I know you can't see it because of the brightness, but it's I'll sort this out next time when I'm actually doing more with the machines. So I think it's just the position of the camera and the light. So yeah, So that's that. 4 gigs of RAM. 4 gigs of RAM. 1710 is on there. It's so it's 1710 on this one. Yep. Much. Yep. So that's that. Like I say, it's using a which it does not display as a display, but so memory GPUs. So just trying to find the things like basic memory. So yeah, it's an NVIDIA chipset on there, and it's NVIDIA GeForce. Oh, that's the actual 7200. Yeah, so that's that 7200 on the board. Yeah. So yeah, so yeah, that's working. The thing we're testing is to make sure the front ports work because the new things are connected. So I'll just poke a flash drive up, make sure that's working. Yep, it's working. So there's the flash drive, and at the moment on there is Windows 10 on there at the moment. So yeah, so these ports are working. This is not working because it requires you plug into the USB port at the back, and this is an old one, doesn't even read secure SD. So yeah, I had this for a long time, but yeah, and this is also a port we can eject it. It's like 2 in 1, but this is actually wired to the header on the board. So yeah, so that's why I need it, and it makes it easier to do this because normally I have the camera got closer up on the screen because of the reflection of the light. So yeah, also makes it easier now to access the front, so it puts in the position easier. So you can see the what I do with the hard drives, but yeah. So that's it. So that's all there, correct? Yep, everything's right on this. Times. Ooh, that's really out. Been a while since I've check that. It's working. Shut down. So that's it. That's all. That's what I was going to do to this stream. Just test it, and like I say, so that was the general stream there, which is a test of that. And like I say, I'm running. This one went straight away. Unusual, because this one has a dodgy thing now and then, but I think it's got used to itself. So that works fine. The Dell, I just simply put the jumper wrong on the wrong hard drive when I put swap the drive over, then it works straight away. And the IBM on the old one, I think that card is maybe dead. I've tried again when I've got more, when I'm doing more file away because I swap the drive out, and that drive's dying. So yeah, so what I've been doing is put one of the 80 gigs into there, install an OTX, so that still runs. The Dell. Like I say, the Dell and the test bench, I'll be doing something with those, running through 2 side by side and trying to see how far I can go each one with the operating systems. And then it's going to do all, but be interested to see what the Dell does. We'll see if they can go way up to 10, just for curiosity. And I'm going to put them side by side so you can see the speed of each. And also, if there's any Linux 32 that still works on too, you can still fit. You can still use a Linux 32-bit, but a few programs have gone to 64. Like for instance, Discord and a few others, so you can't use them anymore. But they're still 32-bit, slowly switching. So yeah, they still work on this one. And also, you can't use a very heavy GPU one because of the GPU on there. But you can do generous things. But also, these old machines, you can do other things, which I show as well, like for instance using its CPU for testing. Like it's called basically you install software and it then allows it to be used as a share the resources, and it goes online and you can put software on for calculations, all general things. But the thing also that is a lot of them are switching to 64. There's some, I found some old ones that still work on it, so you've still got some uses for these, but it's very limited, and also due to the fact that it can't go more than 2 gigs, and also it has no GPU socket. It's limited, so yeah. So let's see what I can do. Just to see what you can do with these old systems still. So we're going to try that with that one, and this one. Well, this machine here is a test one, and like I say, this one can do all the general stuff, and also this thing I can install any software like without wrecking my main system. Because main system I still install through VM, but it's not the same as putting it on the general system, because the VM has set things, and some work straight off, some don't. But with a general system, you can see in hardware, it sometimes works okay, and other times you have to find other things to get it going. So yeah, that's why I like to do both. And like I say, this thing is just a test bed. So with that one, you can, if anyone does see this video now, you can just recommend any software to try on this. I'll just literally do anything with this. And I know this is a 17-inch. This monitor is 17-inch 4x3. I'm not bothered about the monitor. You can see the information. That's it. It's due to the lights above that's causing it brightness. But next, well, it'd be a bit more of a general setup. I have the monitor close up and close up, and because I can see the live feed, I can be able to, see better. But just generally, slowly getting anything sorted up. So yeah, that's the general thing. So like I say, I do a lot more things like this and a few other things. But yeah, that's what I genuinely do. That's what I said before about this. That's what I'm doing these business systems, is showing how to do things I know, and most people might be interested. I also would do some offline recording as well, more in depth, where you're doing proper zoom up on the thing rather than live like this. I try to do live most of the time because you can be time based, but sometimes I may do a general recording where it's all got the camera close up to the display, just to show you how to do stuff. I can easily do it with the main tower because I can just show the screen. But yeah, I'm doing a lot of these, so that's the general thing. So sometimes I've got to do not yet working on that one. I've got to try and find something for the Dell, just to do general stuff, but these two will be doing the same thing. Put them side by side and working together, but also this thing we do have jobs as well. And also I'll just show you any software I use. I thought was pretty good for my own type of job, but it's all optional for whatever you want to do. So it's generally whatever you want, but this is just a rough guide. Yes, the general things, like I say, I have to make it anything coming in repairs or builds, they come in when they come. And also, like I say, other things for the channel I like, well, anything I've actually put on, not just computer stuff. For instance, I may do other general stuff like doing, and also I do game as well, but that's on a separate, maybe on the separate channel on here or another platform, I'm not sure yet, but I'll be doing that more, so yeah. So I was just trying to do general stuff all the time, but yeah, like I say, I know there's people seeing these videos, but I just like to enjoy doing this. And just trying to get the restrictions as best as possible, and like I say, it always has the software I use for streaming, which is Streamlabs, which is pretty good. I just need to get it sorted out to make it work correctly. And I always have a donation page from the Streamlabs, which is optional. You may do it, may not. But that's an optional there. But like I say, I'm just doing this for general things, and everything's done by here. But like I say, I'm slowly improving to get myself used to the camera and everything else, and getting things set up and be a little bit set up this, but also limited at the moment because it's warm in this place. But yeah, I'll try to do a few more things. Oh, and also I've got my laptop, which I will show you how to switch from a hard drive to a solid state. And there's also one thing, I don't know if I'm going to do that next, or I'll do one tomorrow. I've only got small time, and I think I would do a small thing about something, because, like I say, I've got to, well, one thing, I've got to wipe the hard drives I've got here to look at them and then wipe them clean and do general. So I've got a lot of things like showing you how to do hard drives, copy, test. Yeah, I want to test the other drive to see what's wrong, just to show you how it does it. So copy, test, blanket. So I don't know. But the other thing is, I want to show you how to install different operating systems. That's why I said before, these two machines together. But also, I want to show you how to do multi-booting, a very honest way of multi-booting, because there could be different ways that you might need to do it, pros and cons, and I will show you how to do it. And that's why this thing's got multiple inputs. I can't do it with the Dell because it's got nothing in it. But this system has loads of 2 SATAs, so I need 2 SATAs. Yeah, I'll do that for you. So how to do multi-booting, because there's so many things about it, and I'll show you why. Like for instance, just a quick glance, multi-booting allows you to have 2 OSs or multiple OSs on one drive, but there's various ways of doing it, and some are good and some are bad, and I'll explain that when I do each one. So I might do that tomorrow because that's a simpler one, and I can use one of the machines here to do that. Yeah, I can do it easily. Yeah. So yeah, so there'll be a few things coming up, and what I do, what I install in general settings, just general stuff. Like I say, majority is live, but I will try and do some tools I know on recording, so it better display anything else to try and get it better. But yeah. So yeah, so I know it's a lot about that, but this is interesting. But yeah. Okay, I know it's pretty late now, so I'm going to stop the stream for now, and hopefully later on I'm about to do that. So I'll catch you later for that.